Hola Spanish food lovers, Stuart here with another Spanish food review. Menú del día is what I'm going to be having today at one of my favorite restaurants here on the outskirts of Madrid, Barrio. I've spoke to the owner. He said come down and try the menu today because we have some special dishes on offer, and that's what I'm going to do. So let's go and sit down and try these dishes, and if you like paella, then you're going to love the first dish that I've got today. Now if you think this place looks familiar, it is. I've done a couple of videos from here, maybe 3, and the reason I keep coming back is because the food is very, very good. I sent a WhatsApp to the owner yesterday asking him what was on the menu for today. He told me we have Fideuá, that's why I'm here, and also the second course is going to be something that not a lot of people would eat, I don't think, so stay tuned for that. But the main course, Fideuá, which is a Valencian dish, very, very popular Valencian dish, an alternative to paella if you like. I'll tell you a little bit about the history of Fideuá. It's a Valencian dish from the word fideuada, a large amount of noodles, and it's a seafood dish originally from the coast of Valencia that's similar to paella and even more so to the arroz a banda, but with pasta noodles instead of rice. Its main ingredients are pasta noodles, often hollow, fish, shellfish, and it's seasoned mainly with lemon. So basically, from what I can understand, it's similar to paella, but instead of rice, it has noodles, but the rest should be the same. Can't wait to find out. Washing it down today with a very generous glass of Spanish red wine. The owner must be looking after me. Let's have a sip. That is going to go down an absolute treat with the meal today. Ah, muy bien, fenomenal. Now, I've been given a tapa, which is a homemade meatball with this lovely sauce with some peas in there as well. Let's try the quality of this meatball. Normally quite good in Spain. Let's try this one. Wow, this is really good. So flavoursome, well seasoned. The meat is perfectly cooked all the way through. And the sauce is thick, it's rich, or gravy if you like, an absolute delight. And if this dish were on the menu, I would definitely order it. Wowee. Let's try the quality of this gravy, dipping the bread in. Look at that, nothing dripping off the bread at all. Outstanding. No, poco. Está bien.
Your first course?
Thank you very much.
Enjoy.
Thank you. So the first course has arrived, the famous Fideuá, which is similar. The broth is similar to a paella, but of course with a pasta or a noodle instead of rice, with this alioli on the side, which is homemade. So I'm really looking forward to this dish. What do we got? Well, we've got prawns, prawn number 1. We've got fish. We've got a mussel in here as well. This is a seafood dish. Some vegetables have been thrown in as well, and we've also got this piece of parsley as a garnish on top. Let's dig in and see. It smells unbelievable. Let's see if the flavors live up to the smell. Wow. If you like pasta, if you love seafood, if you love paella, you're going to love this dish here, Fideuá. The aroma that's coming up from this dish, the seafood, you can smell the seafood, the saffron as well, delightful. Let's try some of this homemade alioli with one of these prawns or gambas. Now that is a nice garlic mayonnaise, or alioli as they call it here. Let's try one of these mussels with a bit of the alioli as well. No, perfect. Thanks. The seafood's fresh, the noodles are perfectly cooked, and the broth that they've been cooked in, outstanding. And the alioli adds a luscious creaminess with that hint of garlic. And I can see why, according to the owner of this restaurant, Carlos, this is one of the most popular dishes here. So how does Fideuá compare to paella, considering it's the same stock, same ingredients? Well, the pasta, in my opinion, it might sound strange, but I reckon it's lighter than rice. You don't get that heavy rice sensation in your stomach that you would get with a paella, but again, my opinion only. Now I'm going to finish this off. A piece of fish here. Let's see what the fish is. I think it's monkfish, but I could be wrong. Another prawn. And all I'm going to say is that I'm extremely impressed with this first course. Let's combine it with a sip of wine. Oh, the perfect combination. Now I'm going to leave it there because my second course has arrived. I want room for that. And here we go. Bien me sabe is what we have on the plate here. Muchas gracias. Now, I've tried this before, but I think, if I remember correctly, and people pointed this out in the comment section, that I'm eating some type of shark. Not 100% sure, but I think that's what I've got on the plate today. Let's have a look. Now, the last time I had cazón en adobo, or bien me sabe, as it's also known here in Spain, I wasn't overly impressed. It wasn't the best quality that I have had. So let's see if this one is better than the last time I had cazón or bien me sabe. Let's see. The first thing I'm going to say is that this is a lot better than the last time I ate this dish. Why? Well, the fish is not overpowering in taste, which the last one was. Because they have to marinate this fish in some type of vinegar or adobo, as they call it here in Spain, the taste was overpowering the last time, too strong, too vinegary. If that makes sense, this is perfect. And the batter that it has been coated in to fry, perfect. Let's try with a bit of lemon. That's a tasty piece of fish. No complaints whatsoever as far as this fried fish is concerned. Beautiful. And you can see how perfectly cooked the fish is here on the inside. And the taste, wow. The side salad, fairly stock standard. Tomato, lettuce, nothing else. Simple, with some type of dressing on top. Looks to be a vinegar, honey type dressing on the top of this salad. Let's see. So all in all, a satisfying meal today. I can't ask for much more than that, considering the previous experience that I had wasn't really up there with one of the best experiences as far as food is concerned here in Spain, Menú del Día. But this one is up there. Now I've knocked that off fairly quickly, so it must have been good. Let's wait for dessert. Muy bien. Muchas gracias. Now, what meal of the day here in Spain is complete without dessert? That's the question that I'm going to pose today. And here we have a cheese pudding. I think it was called pudding de queso. I think I've had it before, not sure. We'll see if it's the same as last time. Let's see. Yep, it's the same. It's sweet, it's creamy, but not too sweet. And that's important when you're talking about a cheese flan like this one, or cheese pudding, whatever you want to call it. Very, very nice end to the meal today, I will say. It's been covered in a nice caramel sauce, which gives it an extra bit of sweetness, but not overbearing is the sweetness. So let's wait for the bill and I'll give you my final thoughts on the meal today. Stay tuned. All right, the bill has arrived. The dolorosa, as they call it here in Spain, the painful one. €12.50 is the price, fairly stock standard for a menú del día here in Spain. Although the other day I paid over €13 for a much worse meal than the one I had today. Final thoughts. Well, the Fideuá, the seafood Fideuá, was an absolute treat to eat. The noodles were perfectly cooked. The seafood was fresh. The broth was incredible. The noodles soaked up all of the broth perfectly. And with that alioli on the side, dipping the seafood and the noodles into that alioli was an absolute treat to eat. I'm going to give that dish a 9 out of 10. It was a solid dish, that first course that I had today. The second course, the bien me sabe or cazón en adobo, however you want to call it, different ways to call that dish, was also solid. Better than the last time that I had it in another restaurant, way better in fact, and I'm going to give it a solid 8 out of 10. The dessert, fairly stock standard, 8 out of 10, and the service in this restaurant, as always, a solid 9 out of 10. In fact, it's very, very difficult to find fault with the meal that I have had today. Sitting outside, it's the 24th of January, it's around 13 or 14 degrees Celsius, a little bit overcast, but a perfect day to sit outside and record one of these videos and have a nice meal. What more can I ask for? Questions and comments, please leave them in the section below. I would love to hear your thoughts on what I have had to eat today. If you've tried it, let me know. If you are a fan of the dish that I had today, Fideuá, let me know in the comment section below. Or do you prefer paella? That's the question. Fideuá or paella? That's what I would like to know. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, thumbs down if you didn't. I'll see you on the next one. Hasta luego and bon appetit from Madrid, Spain.